Are you a real estate agent and are you looking for a couple more content ideas to spice up the content that you're already putting out, or maybe just to inspire you to start putting out content? Then this is the video for you. So let's dive in. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Hi, my name is Yoka. I'm the founder of Unbound Creative Agency, where we help realtors create lead generating personal brands, lead generating YouTube channels, so that you can start attracting leads through organic content and you can stop paying for ads or lead databases, because we all know that those are poor quality leads and we don't want them. So before we get started, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And then I do want to give you one tip before we dive into the actual content marketing ideas. And that is that you always have to keep your end goal in mind. So there are a bunch of content trends popping up left and right, and they're always going to be content trends. But before you jump on one of those trends, you have to ask yourself, are the people that are going to be watching that content, that are going to be consuming that type of content, my ideal customer? And we are going to be touching upon one of those trends as one of the content marketing ideas a little bit further in the video, but I already wanted to sort of mention it right now, that the overall goal of your content marketing strategy always is to grow your business, to actually grow your bottom line. It is not to get you more views, it is not to get you more followers. True, that helps if those followers and those views are coming from the right type of people, aka your ideal client. But keep that in mind while we go through these 6 content marketing ideas, and I've saved my favorite one as the last one, so make sure that you watch the entire video. Let's get to it. So number 1 is podcasting. Now, before you come up with the idea to start your own podcast and invite all these other people on your podcast, keep in mind that your goal here is for people to get to know you. So what you can do is actually hire a virtual assistant, and you can hire them as cheaply as $2 or $3 an hour and have them do outreach so that you can join other people's podcasts. Because if you were to start a podcast that invites other people as guests, what you're doing is you're actually helping those people grow online. You're positioning those people as the expert and not necessarily yourself. So what you want is for you to be featured on other people's podcasts, ideally podcasts that already have your ideal client as a listener. So do some due diligence and some research. But if you can get yourself booked on other people's podcasts, people that have a podcast that already has an audience, ideally that audience consists of your ideal customers. So do some research there, do your due diligence. But if you can get yourself booked on other people's podcasts and leverage their audience, you will grow a lot quicker and you will be able to position yourself as the expert. So you can hire a virtual assistant to do this. You can do this yourself. Just reach out to people, and to make it easy for the people that you reach out to, make sure that in your email or in your message you include what value you can bring to their podcast and to their audience. Maybe even, like I do, send them a podcast sheet that even tells them what topics you can talk about, what questions you can be asked. And this can be real estate related. It can also be related to your city or the area that you're active in. So that would be number 1, podcasting, and get yourself featured on other people's podcasts. Or create a podcast that is a solo podcast that is really focused on you as the expert. That would work as well. Number 2 would be a blog. This is ideal for you if you do not want to be in front of the camera. Now, before you sort of ditch the idea of doing video altogether because you think that you will never become comfortable on camera, I can tell you that's not true. The more you do something, the more comfortable you will become at it. So video is still a very, very powerful marketing tool to have in your overall toolbox. Now, if you do say, hey, I'm a lot better at writing, I love sitting down and just writing an article, then a blog might actually be better for you. You're going to be more consistent at it. And there are still a ton of people that consume blog articles or go to Google and search for answers to their questions and then simply scan a blog article, for example, 7 tips about moving to insert your city, and then they would simply consume the blog article. So if that is something that you're good at, or you have someone in your team who loves to write, that would also be a great idea. On top of that, you can optimize your blog articles for Google search, which means that whenever someone types a certain keyword in the Google search bar, your article would pop up in the search results at the top of the search results, and you would get free traffic that way. Number 3 is Pinterest. Pinterest is a visual platform. It is very, very popular, especially with women, and especially around any occasion that is life-changing: weddings, having a baby, moving house, buying your first home. Those moments are recorded on the boards on Pinterest. This is again something that you can use a virtual assistant or a content agency for, so that they can create those beautiful looking pins for you. Now, keep in mind that people using Pinterest are used to clicking on the button behind the pin. So whenever a pin spikes someone's interest, they're used to opening that pin and then wanting to click on the link that is attached to that graphic. So if you have a blog, if you have a YouTube channel, if you have a free opt-in that you want to redirect people to, Pinterest is a great sort of first touch platform. Pinterest isn't necessarily going to be the platform where you convert people, but it is a great way to get people's first attention and then having them click through to either long form content, your website, and eventually for those people to contact you. Number 4 is short form video content. Now, this is sort of why at the beginning of this video I told you, make sure that when you hop on a trend, you keep in mind that you're still trying to attract your ideal client and you're not just going for virality of a video, because a video might go viral and still bring you no business. So the reason that I do mention it in here is because more and more platforms are going to go for short form video content. So think TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, etc. The problem that I have with this type of content is the virality behind it at the moment. And so a lot of people are all of a sudden doing dances or hopping on audio trends, etc. And yes, it is a great way to get a lot more views, but it doesn't necessarily convert into business. So if you hop on this trend, make sure that you keep it real estate related and that you don't overinvest your time in this type of video content. It is really just the content that you would make to draw people to your YouTube channel, to your Instagram profile, where you have longer form content that actually engages and converts people. So the way that I would approach it is, if you are on YouTube, cut snippets out of those videos and use them as shorts to get people to your profile. If you are on Instagram, maybe use trending audio to get more reach, but then make sure that your entire video is 3 tips on buying your first home, behind the scenes of staging an open house, anything really, really real estate related. What I would stay away from a little bit, although we do see that those types of videos do perform really well when it comes to views and likes, is, for example, the home tours. You can have them like now and then, just to make sure that when you have an Instagram profile, for example, it's really clear that you're in real estate and, hey, take a look at the houses that I have as listings or the people that I've helped buy a house. Great. But keep in mind that if you, for example, do Reel or a YouTube short on $1 million listing, a lot of people will just be watching that because that's their dream, not necessarily because they have the money to pay for it. So keep in mind that you might get all of a sudden 200K views on this video and it will result in 0 business. Yes to short form video content, but make sure that you use it strategically to actually attract the people that you're looking to work with. Then number 5 is something that a lot of people overlook. It is Google My Business. Now, it isn't per se a form of content, but it is still a very powerful marketing tool that a lot of people simply forget about. So Google My Business allows you to register your business on the Google platform, and that way, whenever someone's looking for a realtor in your area, your business card, virtual business card, will actually pop up in the search results, and that way people will be able to reach out to you directly. Granted, it's not really a form of content, but people are looking actively for realtors when they go to Google to search for things. So it would sort of be a missed opportunity if you're not represented in your city as a realtor on the Google platform. So keep that in mind. Then number 6 is my absolute favorite type of content for realtors, and it is YouTube videos. And here's why I believe every realtor should be on YouTube. So a lot of people, when they're looking to relocate, will go either to Google or YouTube to search for advice on moving to a specific area, relocating to a specific area. And if you are on YouTube and you create your content the right way, so not simply creating content to create content, but you create content based on actual search data, you create content based on data that you have about your ideal customer, and then you optimize it for the search results. Whenever someone types moving to Denver, moving to Portland, moving to Las Vegas, your videos will show up in the search results, and they will be able to find you in an organic way, in a natural way, when they're already in the process of researching their move. And then when they click through to your channel, they will be able to see all this informative content about living in your city, moving to your city, things they should consider, different neighborhoods, and they will consume all that content, and by the time that they're done, they will trust you as the expert to help them in their move, and they will reach out to you. That is also something that we help our clients with, and I've actually created a free training that shows how you can add 150K a month to your TCI simply by following our proven to work system. If you want access to that training, it's completely for free. If you simply implement the things that I explain on the training, you should already be able to at least increase it to 50K extra a month by the tips that I provide. If you want access to that free training, there is a link in the description below. Make sure that you check it out. YouTube is super powerful for real estate agents, especially because we're dealing with such high value purchases. So really consider adding it to your marketing mix, or if you're already doing it but you're not seeing results, check out that training, because you're probably missing a couple of the steps that you need to implement to make YouTube work for you. We've seen amazing results for our clients. We've seen a duo that had no YouTube channel at all go to 2 million in GCI in 2021 after being on YouTube for roughly a year. This has proven to work in a lot of different cities, a lot of different markets, different ideal customers, etc. So make sure that you check it out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up so that we know that we need to be creating more content like this. If you have questions, leave them in the comments down below. And then in the meantime, check out these videos over here, and I will see you next time.